I thank the Fiji Football Association for inviting me to officiate at this tournament that you all eagerly await every year. And some of you have really braved the bad weather and you are still here, which I would say thank you for being here. A sport cannot be played without fans. A sport is meaningless when you don't have the fans sitting in the crowd. So I thank you for being here. Let me first congratulate the members of Team Fiji for the excellent achievement at the recently concluded Pacific Games held in Samoa. I also take this opportunity to congratulate Fiji men and women's football teams for winning bronze medal. Ladies and gentlemen, I also like to welcome you all to this 40th Battle of Giants tournament. This is an event which started in 1978 and held since then, except in 1987. Battle of the Giants tournament has been a much-awaited sporting event as it brings together talented teams and individuals from the various districts to display their skills and abilities at the national level. I also had the opportunity to meet some people who have come from abroad just to be with you all and watch Battle of Giants. So people have migrated, but they can't let go Battle of Giants from their blood. They had to come back to watch these sports. And I would like to acknowledge the gentleman sitting there in blue shirt. He has come from Australia just to watch this game. And also at the back, I've got people who came from America to watch this game. So that's how big the game is. So ladies and gentlemen, despite being a small country, Fiji has done very well in selected sports such as golf, reaching #1 status, rugby sevens, Olympic gold medalist and a world leader in the HSBC Rugby 7 series, and also making a mark in the 15s rugby, to name a few. This, without a doubt, has put Fiji on the international map. In football, we have in the past surprised teams like Australia and done relatively well in the Pacific region. However, I want to say to the football officials and players at all levels in this country that we have not been consistent with our performance. The talent in football is in abundance, but we have not reached where we should be. Ladies and gentlemen, when we look at our ranking in the world, there is more needed to be done to uplift our status. FFA alone cannot do that. We need talented players, we need good coaches, we need good playground, and we need the vision to be delivered by each and everyone present here or even watching from home. Football started in Fiji many decades ago, and we are still struggling to make a mark in the international arena. I therefore urge FFA to seriously look at these strategies and targets and work towards a determined goal to take football to another level and to improve our ranking globally. At least Fiji's aim should be higher than few of the competitors from the Pacific. Take a step which incrementally contributes to the uplifting of the standard of Fijian football. We must create an environment in which we identify talent, nurture these talents, and set targets to ensure players and officials connected to football know clearly what we are trying to achieve. I therefore urge and challenge the FFA to work towards a further enhancing standard of football in Fiji. We may be good, but good is not good enough. We need to be recognized internationally, and that should be our goal. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji is well positioned to benefit from the amazing talents we have. We have football players who have become brand ambassadors of Fiji in the tourism, trade, and investment frontier. Our very own national team captain, Roy Krishna, is a good example. We all know his achievements in the A-League and his success in joining a new club in India. Another good example is our female footballer, Sophie Dialowai, who has been called in for trials in France. Then we have players like Scott Wara and Nicholas Prasad, who are playing in the top clubs abroad. This reflects the effort put in by FFA and the districts to provide opportunities to our sportsmen and sportswomen to be employed abroad. Recently, I read in the papers that some players were reprimanded for indiscipline. This raises an important question on the attitude of some players who disregard discipline and bring disrepute to the district, to the coach, to their parents, and to their fans. If you ask any sports person, they will tell you the key to their success is discipline. Discipline is always number one on the list. Rightly so. Discipline sets the foundation for any sport. It builds sports persons' character to help them set their mind to achieve their goals. It is important that players, when selected to play at any level, must understand the huge investment that football clubs, FFA, private sector, and government makes for the betterment of football or any sport for that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge the support private sector provides to football and other sports through tournament sponsorship. However, at the district levels, the private sector has not been so forthcoming in providing support through sponsorship. While still on sponsorship, the Fijian government in the 2019-2020 national budget announced 150% tax deductions for a minimum cash contribution of 15,000 to the sports club. I encourage the private sector to take advantage of the opportunity and assist clubs around the country. Your support will go a long way in developing sports in Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I thank the players and spectators for their love for football and commend FFA and district associations for their enthusiasm and commitment. Play and compete hard and fairly, and may the best team win. With those words, it gives me great pleasure to now declare the 2019 INKK Mobile Battle of Giants tournament open. Thank you very much. Vinaka Bakalebu. Dhanyawad.